Hi YouTube world. Hello subscribers and viewers. I figured I would do like a makeup video and so I have obviously a zero makeup on, which is whatever. And talk about the new year. Talk a little bit about my last video because there were some friends of mine who hit me up and I don't know, just asked me about my video. So I want to talk a little bit about that. Talk about the new year. It's January 4th or 5th or whatever day it is. And that's what I'm going to do. So, first off, obviously I have no makeup on. Okay. Put a little primer on. I don't always use primer. But today I put a little on just to add moisture and whatever. But, yeah, anyways, hopefully this microphone, oh god, let me fix this. I'm gonna put it like right there. Yeah, so, by the way, there's nothing wrong with not wearing any makeup if, I believe that there is some, ownership, personal ownership, when you go out without any makeup on. I wear a very light amount of makeup. I don't put a lot on anymore. But back to the ownership, it's like a confidence level. Not that you're better than anybody or anything, but it's a self-confidence level to like go out and just not give a shit. Okay, makeup doesn't make you trans. Putting makeup on doesn't make you trans. Now, there was a point in time where I went out every day with a shit ton of makeup on, a lot of foundation, concealer, primer, this, that, everything. I had probably 10 pounds of makeup on my big ass head. Okay, my big ass face. I had so much makeup on, you could, if it was flour, you'd be able to make 10 pizzas, honey, okay? I used to wear a lot, but it was to attempt to hide my facial hair. But for a lot of years, I never even really bothered with it. I might have put a little eyeliner on, maybe a little chapstick or lip gloss or whatever. Anyways, so don't think that makeup makes you more presentable. Honey, I guess what I'm saying, and now I'm on a whole tangent right now. Like, honey, if you're gonna go out and you're gonna wear makeup or not wear makeup or whatever, baby, just go do it. Okay? It ain't that serious. Says the person that is like making such a big issue over it. Because I'm talking like 5 minutes on it already. Anyways. Mental health. Okay. I did a video probably 8 months ago about mental health. And it's important to have really good mental health. You're not going to escape problems or things in your head or trauma or just things of that nature. You're just not going to get away from it. But your life will get better by getting to a point where you can change that, like, negative mental health into, it's going to sound weird or cliche-ish, but negative mental health into positive mental health, mental well thinking. It's not that I'm crazy. I mean, I am kind of crazy. Catch me on the right day or in the right circumstance, you'll see some shit like fucking pop off like crazy. I'm halfway kidding, but I'm not. But I think you kind of get what I'm saying about that. It's important to have mental wellness. It's peace of mind. And it's not that with my last video I was without peace of mind or anything. I was just like kind of in a raw situation, sharing some personal things about me personally. And by the way, I think that everybody, I think there's things that every single human being from the beginning of time doesn't like or wish that something was different about them. I think that's normal. But there's this sense of self-acceptance, self-care, self-love, building up yourself, okay? I think we just live in a society that's really hell-bent on competition. Your life is not you're not here to compete with other people. And anybody that makes you feel like you're here to compete is full of shit. They got issues. And this goes definitely for people who, for trans women like myself, and for just people in general. Okay, it's kind of like a message for anybody and everybody. I guess because this is kind of like a makeup video. I just put on, I should kind of say what I'm doing. I just put on some primer on my eyelashes. It kind of makes it thicker and fuller. It just gives your natural lashes not necessarily more length, but just like more volume. Okay. So anyways, it's important just to love yourself and accept yourself, and just not get wrapped up in competition. It's not that I get wrapped up in competition. That's just, things that I was saying about my body and the way I see myself and looking in the mirror and, whatever, this, that, the third, all the shit that I said. And that was just a little bit. It wasn't like everything. That's just like in my head. That's not me competing against other people. That's just me being a self-critic of me as a person. And I think that's kind of like a normal thing. But it's not, I want to clarify, like, I'm not unhappy, I'm not crazy, I'm not out of my mind, I'm not going to do anything insane, I'm not going to, just do anything crazy. I love my life, I'm happy, I'm very happy, I'm very better. And than what oh my God, than what I ever was in the past. So, I'm not gonna, like, do anything insane, like, I don't know, detransition or anything like that. It's just, as human beings, we're on this planet, we're in our journey, our time on Earth, and there's just a lot of things that people personally deal with. And that's basically what I was uh, saying with a lot of the stuff that I was sharing in my previous video. Um, I'm going to leave that video up because I think it's important to kind of see the polarity of just the reality of life as a person. Okay, and that's my channel's title is Reality of a Trans Chick, so that is inclusive with all parts of reality for, life. I mean, yeah. I hope I don't look like a hunchback of Notre Dame or something. And I try to set this shit up the best that I could because my bed's on the floor and I got this light in my face and I'm trying to put the freaking tripod up and it's just, I got the mirror, I just got all this shit going on. So hopefully, I don't look like crazy. Anyways. So I talked about that. That's something I was going to talk about. And I think I pretty much exhausted and beat that dead horse to death. Beat that horse to death. Or I beat that dead horse to death, or however it's said. Now I'm putting on eyeliner, okay? I'll put the eyeliner right on, like, the waterline. I can't trace it on the outside, like some women and trans women do. I'm not good at doing that, so I put it on the inside of the waterline. Like I've said before, the makeup products that I use, they're inexpensive. They're drugstore. There's just like this. I don't know if I could say the names, like the brands, but what's left of this little eyeliner is just like a wet or a Wet and Wild eyeliner pen. It's nothing special. I have other products like Maybelline. Just drugstore products. It ain't that serious. You don't have to go spend a shitload of money on makeup. And actually, I would advise you not to if you don't know how, or you don't have a makeup routine set in, because you're already just going to spend a lot of money on drugstore makeup, trying different stuff out, like buying different types of lipstick that when you get home you think they look great, then you get home, you put it on, and it looks like hell. You're like, girl, what the hell was I thinking? I shouldn't even bought this shit. And then the shit goes right in the trash. Okay. So, but to each their own. Like, if you want to go out and spend a house mortgage on makeup, then, hey, honey, it's your money, alright? That was really disgusting. Sorry. What else was I going to, I wanted to talk about my last video, and I already did. Talked about mental health, Oh, sobriety. Okay, this kind of goes with probably what was really kind of making me, I don't know, empathetic or whatever the word would be for that. Kind of melancholy, just kind of whatever in my last video. Um, Sobriety kind of definitely goes along with mental health. Uh, I would definitely unadvise and disadvise and discourage anybody that has any type of a thing going on up here, whether it's like OCD or uh, any type of dysphoria or body dysphoria, gender gender dysphoria, reality dysphoria, whatever. All these different. I'm not like knocking on any um, mental health issue because they're all real. Honey, they are all real. But I'm just saying, any type of mental health thing for a individual, you probably shouldn't live a life where you're going out, you're doing drugs, you're drinking or anything, or you're alcoholic, because it's just going to make things like worse. All right. Uh, I'm a firm believer in that. It's going to make things a lot worse on a lot of different levels. And it's just so much easier to just get help. Somehow. Get help before. Uh, like, I wish 10 years ago. I wish 15 years ago. Like, I wish, me personally, I wish I didn't live the life that I lived up to this point. Now, I personally believe I had to go live it. I had to go experience. I had to see all of that just hell to come out of it. But I mean, I would advise everybody, just, especially if you got some mental wellness going on in your head, just bypass all that shit. Just don't even don't get into the, because it's a constant thing. I mean, and what, Sophia, what do you mean by it's a constant thing? This is a constant thing, okay? The first time you get drunk, you're never gonna get that drunk again. First time you get lit, first time you do coke, first time you do whatever type of drug, it's gonna feel great, it's gonna feel wonderful, but you're never gonna get to that level. And what you're gonna do is you're just gonna go hard and just keep going because you're chasing. It's like playing cards with the devil. Okay, like you won one time, and it's, come on, you want to win more, and it's just a constant beat up. It's a constant punches in the face because you're never gonna get to that level. You're never going to get that first high. You're never going to get that first flight. You're never going to get to that zone that you were first in, the first time, the first day, the first high, the first line, the first joint, the first primo, the first whatever the hell you first done. The first time you got drunk and felt really super good, and you're like, man, getting drunk is really awesome. This is really cool. This is like, I'm going to do it again the next night, and blah, 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 blah. You're never gonna get to that level, and that's how that's what I say. It's like playing cards with the Satan, because it's tricking you, and it's yeah, you won that time, but girl, you ain't winning no time again. And it's just a vicious cycle. It's a very vicious cycle. It's hell. I'm speaking from experience, but I was a hardhead. All right, stubborn as hell. I had friends even back before I even started doing anything that, they done lived that life and they got sober and they was like telling everybody in the world not to do it. Like I am now. As crazy as that is. And that shit's crazy as hell. But just keep that kind of shit in mind, because it's the truth. I know it's the truth. Yeah, just gonna make things worse. And yeah, like I did a video probably 2 weeks ago or something about being sober off of the liquor. Biggest problem I ever had was booze. The last couple of years, it wasn't as such a vice, but it still was there. Okay, it still was there. That's why I did the video about being 100 days sober. But I mean, that's the shit. Like, you run down 100 days so clean and sober, and that's cool. But baby, that ain't shit, because tomorrow I could be down at the damn bar, fucking drinking hard liquor and beer and motherfucking gambling, and then who knows what else would happen after that. Like, I don't want to go there. I don't want to be there. But you know what I mean? It's like when I got clean off of cocaine. Cocaine was my favorite drug. As crazy as that sounds, okay, that's crazy for me to say, because a favorite drug, what the hell, right? People have favorite fruits, that's normal. People have favorite, you know, teas and coffees they drink, and favorite places to go and rest. That's normal. People who say that their favorite drug was freaking cocaine, um, that's just that's just not the way to be, all right? And you know, I want a straight damn year. I only brought that shit up because I want a straight damn year without doing no blow, no nothing. And finally, about like at the year mark is when just the battle was still there, but it was nowhere near the intensity. So you, like, I remember going the 90 days, and I was like, I'm cool, all right. I made it 90 days, haven't done no blow, but I just wanted to go. I just constantly thought about it. Like, I get my damn paycheck from the liquor store, I'd be like, shit, I'm gonna go get some blow. But my damn bitch ass paycheck was only like $600, $700, and I'm like, I want to go get some dope, and to get a ball is gonna be fucking 220, whatever, about two, and or 180, 182, and I'm like looking at my paycheck, it's a bitch ass 600. I'm like, shit, I really can't afford that. But then I would tell myself, you know, you just gotta keep clean, keep away from it, just leave it alone, make that in the past. Um, which I did. I did make it in the past, and I'm happy that I never went back to that evil vice. I mean, that one, oh my god. It's crazy as hell. When you're a cokehead, you're like fucking everybody over. You're fucking over the person you renting from. You're fucking over. You are just like you're fucking your friends over. You're fucking your job over. You're fucking everybody over. And it's not people who've never been loaded and never been an addict have to understand that at some point in time, for addicts, I'm an addict. I'm an ex-addict. Okay, you're not thinking. You put the drugs at the highest priority. It's all about the blow. So everything else is secondary. The rent's secondary. The power bill's secondary. The car insurance is secondary. The birthday gifts are secondary. The everything. The food you don't eat. Food is secondary. When you are an addict, everything else is secondary. And it's not that the addict's being selfish, it's or being a piece of shit human being. It's the addict, because that's why I say it's like playing cards with the devil. Okay, it controls your serotonin and your just all these chemicals in your brain, and that's all you need. It gets to the point where you need it. So it's not like somebody's being like, fuck the world, fuck you, fuck my family and everything else. So I'm only saying this because if there's like a family member and y'all got an addict that's as a relative or something, and you're watching this video, you can't change them. They have to get to the rock bottom point where they're just like, I'm done. I'm done with this bullshit. I'm over it. I'm gonna get clean. Can't force nobody to get clean, number one. Number two, they go around, they start fucking you over, cut them off, don't give them no more money, don't let them live for free. Don't give them no money. Let them go out and run the course out. Because they have to make the decision. I want to get clean. I want to leave this shit. I want to be done with this shit. You know what I mean? And I think that because there's like two types of people. There's addicts and there's non-addicts. And the non-addicts have no idea what it's like to be an addict. And it's not that that's what I was saying just a couple seconds ago. It's not the addict out to just fuck everybody over. That the addict's controlled by the substance. They're controlled by the drugs. They're controlled by that like spiritual force that's just fucked them up. And so it's not like, I think sometimes people are just really super hard on people who are addicts because they don't understand this is somebody who's an addict. This is the reality. And so I'm just putting that shit out there in case you're watching and you know somebody or whatever. Just let the shit run its course. They'll get clean. They'll get sober. They'll get to a point where you know, they change. Anyways, when you don't have any eyebrows, you've got to draw them on. So I start off on one side, I make a little line up here, a little line up here, and then I just kind of fill it in. Just like that. And then I just trace like around the brow bone. Okay, it's a good guide point. I'm gonna have to doctor these puppies up. That's also why when you're putting on makeup, you got Q-tips. Q-tips, they work wonders. And I just kind of go underneath it, touch it up. All right. Do the same on the other side. Now, after you do that, see, it looks a lot better. You kind of gotta I use a shadow of the pen to measure the top arches, okay? And I use the bottom of the pen, like the actual physical pen, to measure, you know, the insides. And you kind of, you know, you want to measure the sides to make sure the sides look, because you don't want one going all the way over here and one like all the way in. You don't want one side out and the other side hella in, because then, girl, you're going to be out there walking around town and people are going to notice that kind of shit and they're going to be like, girl, like, what the hell is going on with your motherfucking eyebrows, girl? I take another pen, a smaller one, and I just kind of take what I drew and fixed up, and I just trace over it to make it more darker. The eyebrows are like, they're the one that's like the process. It's what takes a lot of my time when I'm doing my makeup, is making sure that these are correct and even. Oh, that's another thing. You could use the pen also, and I measure it with like the inside of my nose to make sure that it's like lined up. The insides are lined up. I mean, these are all tips of makeup that I've learned. Like I've been putting on makeup for, girl, I don't even know, probably 15 years, at least 10 or 12 years, maybe longer. So I have a lot of life experience putting on stuff. I mean, back in the day, I actually had better eyebrows. I actually had eyebrows. So I just had to kind of fill them in. I didn't necessarily have to draw them on because they were already shaped. And you could do other things like you could take the Q-tip and leave it kind of fatter on the bottom, and then as you get up, kind of pull it in and make it skinnier. Today I just made it all kind of skinny, like just a line. Like if y'all ever seen, I gotta make sure. I think these are a little bit off. Uh, Shit.